Hey everybody, welcome. We got Aage Nost in a couple minutes here.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Hey everybody, welcome to Paranormal Into the Night here on the Late Late Horror Show. Once again, we are going to have Aage Nost back on with us, and this time we are going to be talking about the moon, the anomalies of the moon. But first, let me say hi to everybody in the chat. I'm sure everybody will be finding their way here. McDougal McStiffy, Connie Clary, Edward Stewart, One Girly Girl. Hey, Ginger, what is going on? Ocean. Tracy is here. RTN is here. What's going on, RTN? Don't want to miss anybody. I think that's everyone. Get ready for the questions if you got any. I'll pop it up on the screen. But we are going to go through a video that he did, just like the Mars one, Anomalies on the Moon. He's going to talk a little bit first about the moon itself. And hello, JLR. Hugs, like always. What did McDougal say? I think if I were an alien, I'd build things on... oh, that went fast. What happened there? I think if I were an alien, I'd build things on the backside and then only underground. Well, McDougal, I think that may be part of it. I mean, a lot of what's going on up there is underground now, and I'm sure Aage will have some stuff to say about that. But heck, rest in peace, John Lear. I mean, he even talked about a huge antenna on the dark side of the moon where souls were being created. And that's a whole different topic, whole different story. But it was very interesting. Hey, Wade Lindemann, Dave, cut to, I guess is how you say it. Mary, always learning. Hello. Good to see everybody coming in here. Yeah, so the moon, lots of conspiracy theories. People don't think we've gone to the moon. People think, we went to the moon, but we didn't film what we filmed there. Richard C. Hoagland, if you know who he is from the Art Bell days back in the day, but he still does stuff now, continues to talk about structures on Mars, the moon, and, other moons and planets in our solar system too. But I don't want to keep Aage too much longer, so I am going to bring Aage right on here. Hey, Aage, what's going on?
Hello. Live long and prosper.
Oh yes, definitely. Right. Red Ants is here. Hey, Red Ants. Don't worry if I holler out names. It's only me saying hi to everybody in the chat. So Left for Toes is here and everybody. So anyways, Aage, the show last time with the Mars, going through the images and everything like we did was really fun, and everybody really loved it. So I wanted to have you back on to talk about the moon, because the moon is the closest to our planet. It is the first stop for us, even on our way to Mars. So, and again, history has said, and like Richard C. Hoagland, plenty of evidence. I mean, Richard, man, give him some props. He's done his research, and he's found many structures, as you have. So that's why I wanted to have you here. But first, I will give you the floor. Talk about the moon a little bit, and when you want me to start off with the video, I will do so.
Well, I tell you, I got coffee in hand and I'm ready to go. So, but I'm sorry, though, this is not going to be a late night horror show. It will be an enlightenment show, because
yes.
there is things that is being kept from you. And governmental institutions and whoever think they have something over on you, they like to treat us like mushrooms half the time. And the moon is part of that half of the time, because let me just talk a little bit about the moon first, because it is. We know it is there, right? But
Yes. Yes.
is it really? There is more science that can prove it is not there than the science that can prove it is there. Now that doesn't sound very
No,
good.
I'm a little confused. So you're going to have to explain to
Yeah,
me. Yeah.
that one's going to need a little bit of explanation. But you see, the thing is, we know the size of Earth. We know the size of Moon. We know the gravity of Earth and how much gravity it's putting out. We know the gravity that the size of the Moon, because of its composition, we know the gravity the Moon is putting out. We know how fast the Moon is traveling around Earth. We know how much centrifugal force that is creating that would normally throw it out away from Earth.
Mhm.
If we feed all of that into a computer, it doesn't come out. The Moon cannot be there. It's impossible because it is too big, travel too fast, creates too much centrifugal force for the weight that it has. It cannot hold orbit. It's impossible.
Could it
But
be hollow?
now that's exactly what I was getting to.
Okay,
Because
go ahead. Sorry.
if it was hollow, it would not have the weight that we think it has. So it could stay in orbit. But if it was solid, it would need to be about 2/3 further out away from Earth in order to hold a stable orbit around Earth. So
Right.
that makes it plain and simple. The Moon is hollow. There is no question about it. So
Okay, I'd say you're going to tell me how it got hollow and what it is.
yeah, well, speaking of the hollow part,
Speculation.
yeah, and if you look at it, it's pot marked with craters on this side. Not much
Right.
of it on the other side, but all these pot marks, they are anything up to a half a mile deep, about 3,000 feet or so deep. It
Okay.
doesn't matter if it's a smaller crater, it could be that deep, or a huge crater that covers 1,000 miles. It's only a half a mile deep. And
Hmm.
that tells us that there's a very hard surface underneath the dust, half a mile dust.
Okay.
If the moon was, let's say, several billion years old and it was traveling through space and finally found its way to Earth and but got parked in orbit, they could have accumulated in space. It could have accumulated maybe that much dust.
Hmm.
So, but on the other hand, it really looks from all the artifacts up there that it is an engineered uh, artifact. In fact, in 1970, there was two Russian scientists, and I got their names here, Mikhail Vasin and Alexander Sherbakov. But they were quoted in a very high-profile Russian magazine at the time. It was Sputnik magazine. There was a science magazine because, in 1957 or 8, I think they put the first satellites in orbit and they called it Sputnik. So they
Right.
named the magazine after that satellite. They quoted and said the moon is of extraterrestrial origin and was placed there a long time ago and is not completely natural.
Hmm.
That's what the rest.
Is it still being used today by whoever inhabits the
Oh, yes.
space? Okay.
Absolutely. If you have strong telescopes and you aim that at the moon and sit there for a while,
Hmm.
you're going to see ships in orbit. They're
I've
traveling
seen
around.
plenty of videos. Yep.
They're all around there. In fact, if you really want to see UFOs all the time, including around the moon, get your hands on a fourth generation night vision goggles and go out at night aim them into the sky, and you're just going to see the traffic jam up there with ships, triangular ships, round ships, long cigar ships, and just points of light. They're traveling all over the place, changing direction and move around. That is what is out of our field of vision. Is in the above our, the light spectrum that we can see is very narrow.
Right, right.
But there are solid things that is operating outside of our field of vision. And there they are. If you get a hold of those fourth generation night vision goggles, you're going to have an education that you never would dreamed of.
Wow.
It's all there.
Okay. And people have
And
recorded it too. Recorded these some footage through the fourth gen night vision goggles too. So yeah, but any idea on who's inhabiting the moon,
well,
or is that just speculation?
do have some ideas, and there are others that have had ideas, maybe better educated people than me. I'm a researcher and a digger and an astro traveler, and
Right.
I'm suggesting for those of you out there that really want to have a look at it, just learn astro travel and you can go there.
So have you
So
been there, Aage?
I've seen a lot of things up there. And
Okay.
those are some of the things that I rarely talk about because it puts me way outside of the box, and I seem to glaze people's eyes over when I talk about it. But some of the pictures I'm going to show you in a little bit,
Okay.
you might get your eyes in focus again.
Oh, but you
Now,
kind of got me here now. You don't want to really talk about what you've seen because you think it might make you seem a little crazy.
yeah,
But
that's
can you give us anything that maybe might not? Let me just
there.
put it
Yeah,
this way. Anything that through the astral travel, anything that showed some kind of life form. I don't think
absolutely.
that's going outside of the box and making you look crazy. I
Well,
mean,
let me put it to you this way. All of you out there that are astro travelers, you can go there. Keep sight of it all the time and aim for it. Just go there. But there are entities up there that don't want you there. So be quick, get in, have a look, and go back. Because
okay.
you may be followed back, because there are higher vibratory entities that not necessarily have our best interest at heart. And they are there. But there are
Okay.
also people up there. There are people in the secret space program that got bases up there. The German Nazis, they have bases up there. I'll show you a picture of where they are in a little bit. So,
Okay.
hey, folks, if you're sitting here listening to this right now, don't go anywhere because this is going to get really far out there, because I also have the NASA prints and the Russian prints to prove it.
Okay.
So,
Excellent.
and on top, we're talking about the hollow moon.
Yeah.
In 1969, when NASA crashed the capsule back on the moon rang loud for about 30 minutes and then tapering off for about 2 hours.
Right.
It wouldn't ring like that if it wasn't hollow. That's just like a
Mm.
bell.
Yeah. No, there's been many interesting things over the years. It's
Yep.
very, and then I mentioned John Lair too. I mean, he talks
Yep.
about the giant reflective mirrors. I don't know if you believe in that kind of. I mean, he says he's got evidence to prove it, that there are ships hovering all out there too,
Yep.
but we can't see them because of the giant reflective surfaces or mirrors that they put up there around the moon. Your thoughts on that?
I have heard that. I never saw that.
Okay.
In that case, I went right through it. I didn't see a mirror or any obstruction at all. You can just go right down to the surface. But on the
Well,
other hand, I think that the you well, let me see here how I can explain this.
okay.
I found when I wrote my book about spiritual science, I
Hmm.
found some papers in India that talks about a time before the moon. And other papers talk about the time when there were two moons.
Hmm.
One was slightly blue and the other one was as we see it now. So if that's the case, these moons or this moon are spaceships. They are parked in orbit and they stay there for as long as who's the pilot of that doggone thing wants it to stay there. If they decide that they want to leave, they take it and fly it somewhere else.
Okay. How come they haven't taken off yet? All this
I
time they've.
I think there is a purpose for it, and that is exactly what we are going through right now.
Okay.
It's the raising of consciousness to the point where they will allow us to know that they are there. And they will, if we want their help, we can have it.
Okay.
If
Okay.
people
Well,
want,
we
unless you're
need
a
their help,
fanatic.
Aage.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said we need their help, Aage. But anyways,
Yeah,
continue.
okay. And anyway, I, well, the other thing too is about the orbit is that it's a perfect circle orbit, which is almost impossible to get unless you have directed intelligence parking it there. Because when an object comes in from space to get caught in gravity, it always ends up with an elliptic orbit, and it takes an extremely long time to tighten in so you can get a circular orbit. But there are none of the moons in this solar system have one.
Right.
It's just this one that is the perfect circle, which it looks like it almost impossible, one in thousands of chance of that happening by accident. So it was parked there by an intelligence. And on the top of that, a distance from Earth to the Sun is 1/400th of its distance to the Sun, and the Moon is 400 times smaller than the Sun. So when the Moon gets between us and the Sun, then it covers perfectly the Sun. Not bigger, not smaller, just a perfect eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like there was somebody's engineering that created that distance so it would do that.
Yeah.
I don't
And,
know
and
the
and
reason.
you and you believe that like the whole moon landing thing, like they told us, no more,
Well,
or
we
keep
have
it secret.
yeah, we have been on the moon since the mid 1950s because they used one of the Honeyboo 2s that was created by the Nazi Germans to go there, probably redesigned a little bit, possibly.
Mm,
But they took that, they found that technology that the Nazis developed, the flying discs of what they have. That's a totally different show. I got a lot on that. But
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
the Nazis, they went to the moon in 1942. There is papers showing something 42 or possibly 43. I think it was 42, and they flew there in a Honeyboo 2. That was a flying disc that had one of the mercury engines in it that creates a plasma bubble around the craft so it could travel through the Van Allen belt without cooking the pilots.
Right.
Now,
Okay.
the tin can that we are told that they moved there in 1969, that
No.
just, it could, no, it wouldn't work.
Right.
It would
Okay.
not work. Too much radiation for them. They, well, I'm not so sure they exactly would have died on the trip, but the radiation would have been so damaging to them that they would have died very shortly after they got back.
Okay. So
Just like if we
go ahead.
compare that just for the space station,
Mm-hmm.
they have, whenever there is radiation coming in there, the walls in it has insulation. It's a lead coating of insulation, and then they have a super capsule, they call it. That is where it's if you see a solar storm coming, they get in the super capsule and then they are shielded. So The people going to the moon in 69, they didn't have any shielding. There was just thin piece of aluminum between them and empty space.
So you believe it was just all faked 100%, right? Or did you think they actually attempted it?
I believe there were some pictures taken on the moon, but they didn't go there in
Okay.
the tin can. They
Okay,
went
gotcha.
there in another craft and staged some of these pictures, and maybe taken before or after. A lot of the pictures were taken in the Atacama Desert in Chile, and in Greenland, on an island off Canada, and also in Arizona. So a lot of it was faked.
Okay.
We see,
Very
we see.
interesting. No, I mean, like I said, speculations all over the board.
Yes, it is.
You'll have people arguing both sides. Just you're crazy. They did go. I mean, uh, I believe it's Russia has landed and has gotten new images on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
They're not picking anything up anomalous yet, though. I don't think, are they?
Let me make one more comment before we get to the
Okay, yeah,
picture.
you go ahead. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
interrupting. Go ahead.
that is that when we have the rock samples from the moon, they find that it was about a 500 million years difference in age than rock samples on Earth, which means the
Hmm.
moon was not even formed in the same cloud of dust that Earth was. So it was an extra solar system object that was brought here.
Huh. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. No, totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Joseph A, 99 cent super chat. Thank you. Says dizzy face. Don't know what that means, but thank you very much. Appreciate it. Anyways, yeah,
Oh,
what do you want to do next there, Augie?
those super chats are nice. It's just like Christmas Eve, isn't it?
Oh, I tell you, it's fun. Did you want to get to the video?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to bring the video in. We're going to stop at certain points. My mouse is real finicky, so I might have to keep going back and forth. We'll see how it goes. But here we go. I'm popping it up.
There we go.
And
This is, we're going to show pictures from a video that Nori Love and I did, and we placed it on broadcastteamalpha.com, which is our website. And the picture you saw, that was us. And here, yeah, this is the moon pictures. And all the pictures you see on here, many of them, I have the original actual print sent to me from NASA of a lot of these. And
okay, yeah, no, I'm just trying to once again, I'm trying to figure this out really quick. Maximize, lower it. I don't know if lowering it to a smaller screen is going to be big enough. Um, I should just put the whole thing on the screen, right,
yeah,
Augie?
yeah, if you expand the screen, I think this will be good.
Okay, so there we go. And again, I have total permission to stream this from you guys, and
Yeah, you could also do it like still shots so I can get the chance to talk about it a little bit.
okay, so I'm on something here. If you want me to move forward, you let me know.
Well, this is good. Hold this picture there. So this is a this is a 2 mile long cigar shaped ship floating across the surface of the moon, throwing a shadow on the ground. And this one I know is real because I have the NASA print. And right underneath here at the bottom, you can see this plate 90, I think, and NASA Apollo 16. And they show the print number down at the bottom here. Later on, when you wind back, you can find the print number. I highly recommend for you, take the stats of this picture, write to NASA, or go on their website. There's a place on their website when you can request prints. They used to be free, but I think they charge you about $5 or $6 now for each print. But this print, I tell you, is a conversation piece. When you this one cannot be explained away.
Yeah, no,
This,
it's I definitely see the yeah, I mean you could see the object, you could see the shadow underneath it. And I believe there have been reports of objects like this even taken pictures of on the earth itself.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
so excellent. Okay, so I will continue to move on here. Let me see
Uh,
if I can move through a little bit.
there you go. Oh, okay. Here is something. Oops.
I know. I'm trying to let it go. I will pause in a second.
We got to go back to number 2, I think, if you can.
Oh, did I go a little bit too far? Let's
Yeah,
see. There we go.
back one more.
Oh, one more? Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
This one right there in the upper middle, slightly to the left, you see a pyramid sitting right there.
You certainly do. I see a pyramid.
Yeah. And this is, it's a little overexposed in light, but there is no question that is a pyramid sitting on the moon in that valley.
Yeah, no, I mean, I say that there's no doubt whatsoever that that's a pyramid. I mean, you see the shadow, you see the light reflecting on the one side. So,
Yeah.
definitely
And
very, very
this
good.
is, it's not my research. This comes from, I think it is Mars, a moon Mars. Down in the right-hand corner, you see their logo. If you blow it up, I can't read it from here, but they have phenomenal research. Go to
Mhm.
their web page and the Moon Mars or Mars Moon Research. I think it's something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I
And
can't
they
quite see it.
they found this one in the Gigapan pictures of what NASA released. Oh,
Okay.
it's quite a while ago now because they just couldn't hold it anymore.
Yeah, yeah. And again, the people in the chat, you guys are mostly all regulars here and stuff like that. And just keep an open mind, if it's not your thing, tune out, everything's good. You know what I mean? So we all got our own opinions, and I think it's good to dive into what could be, because there's a lot of unexplained phenomenon out there. And
Yeah.
I love getting into a lot of these topics. So if it's just not your thing, maybe just tune out. So I get it. Okay, so I will move on to the next one.
There you
Is
go.
this
Here in the
okay? Good.
middle, you got right in the middle of it, very much in the middle, you got two. It looks like two tall stubs coming out of the ground, but they are a blow up of the picture you can see below. It's if you write to NASA on this one, then there's plate 149
Hmm.
point, and then 14 times enlarged from the original Apollo 16 photo. The towers, or whatever they are, can be seen clearly. The frame number you want to ask for is 16-18918.
Okay.
Get it for yourself because this looks like maybe water tanks. It could be possibly. I don't know. We know there's water on the moon. They don't talk much about it, but we
Right.
know that.
Yeah. Oh no,
And
definitely.
yeah, so these look totally unnatural. You don't have plugs coming out of the ground like that, and they're very tall. They're almost a mile tall, and they are slightly curved on top, just like any other oil tank or water tank would be.
Wow. Okay. In a mile high. Wow.
They're huge.
Yeah. I would say, just to be honest, that these are a little bit harder to make out, but everybody's eyes are different. But
Yep,
yeah, no, definitely very interesting for sure.
yep.
So, okay, let me
Let's go to 4.
see if I can.
There you go.
There we
I
go. Got right there. Okay, I'm getting the hang of this mouse. So there you go.
Now this one here, it could be it is theoretically possible that nature could create that. But so perfect circle, and if it is a crater, it would probably be pockmarked a little bit from meteorites and stuff. Doesn't have any. And also the one to the left of it, it is perfectly straight, right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I I'm struggling with the fact that nature have created something this symmetrical.
The triangle shape.
That no, the triangle you see at the bottom, that's just a shadow of the long building or whatever it is that you can
Okay.
barely see on top.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little thrown from this video. What are these from? These pictures.
It says here plate 61, and I think we talk about it in the video. In fact, you could go to broadcastteamalpha.com and scroll down. You have more on the video there, but this one I don't remember which Apollo that was.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think we
Yeah.
have it in.
Yeah, I would definitely say you guys definitely if you want to see the full video with them talking, explanations, and all that good stuff, definitely go check out Broadcast Team Alpha YouTube channel, where Agi and I believe Nori Love, right?
Mhm.
You guys work together on that channel,
Yeah,
and also worked on this, so you guys can get the actual video, so definitely after watching us here, go over there and get a little bit more of a detailed explanation from them.
yeah,
As I'm trying to just skip to certain parts and showing the pictures. So,
yeah.
okay,
And the
oh,
thing about when we go through this, many of the viewers here, they're going to say, no, I don't buy it. But there's going to be some of it that
mhm,
cannot be explained away.
yeah,
Like maybe this one here. In the
okay,
middle on the right side, you see the big letter S.
okay,
What, how does that belong on the moon?
huh,
And, and again, it is theoretically possible. Nature could have created that.
yeah. Or it could be something that they made, or it could be made in the shape of an S. I mean, we
Yeah.
have like the serpent mounds and stuff like that in Ohio, even here, where some of them are kind of shaped in an S form. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. It stands out, that's for sure. Almost looks like a white pen just took and wrote an S right on top of there, but definitely see it.
Yeah. And you see here on the right side, you can also write to NASA and get the print.
Yep,
And
yep.
I got the print.
Okay, yeah.
I know it's not manufactured in somebody's basement.
Thanks, Tracy Asteria, for putting the link to Broadcast Team Alpha on YouTube for their channel. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, and again, you can get a hold of NASA and get these pictures by the numbers like right underneath there for the plates. And they really haven't given an explanation on this one or a lot of the pictures that you got, huh?
I asked, what
Okay.
is it?
Yeah.
On some of these, actually, I think I asked on every one of the prints that I got, and there was
Okay.
never any answer to the what is it?
Okay, okay. Because yeah, this one I would definitely say, why is there an S on this picture? What's going on? I
Yeah,
mean, anyways, okay, so let me move to picture number 6.
there
There we
you
go. I'm getting the hang
this
of it, guys. Okay.
yeah this picture dates back to the 1950s. There was Adamski that took this picture of a cigar that is between Earth and the Moon.
Hmm.
Adamski Foundation has this picture, and the reference to the NASA print. Oh, no, no,
Okay.
no. There's no NASA print on this. This was taken by Adamski. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. Again, it's got the same shape as
Yeah.
the other images that you showed in,
Pretty
I think,
much.
the first one. Um, but yeah, no, very, very, very interesting.
Mm,
Let me move to the
The next
next
one.
one. Come on, let's get to 7. There we go.
Go back one.
Uh,
Uh,
go back to
six.
6 or go back to 1?
I think so. No, 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 no. Then yeah, there we go.
Come on,
That's
6.
oops.
7. We'll stick at 7. I think we just were on
Okay.
6.
7. Yeah, here we go. That is a small place right in the middle that is blown up. And you can see this one's a little hard to see, but you can see buildings in the middle of the blown up square. They are building with straight corners, 90-degree angles,
Yep.
something that nature never makes. And down in the right hand corner there is two parallel lines that is perfect parallel, looks like maybe a building.
Yes, yes. I see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one I definitely can make out the structures, the right angles,
Mhm.
the shadowing. I mean, definitely looks like building structures, something of the. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hmm. Very interesting. Very cool.
Okay.
Let's see. Somebody just said something here. The S may have been a defect from the film. Hoagland had numerous photos that had metering marks that were intentional put on the Kodak film. Okay, interesting. Um,
Yeah.
let's move to number 8. Come on.
There. Yep. One more.
Come on. There we go. Nope. 9, 8. There we go.
There we go. This is a small crater where you see some, right in the middle of the picture, you see some round, like balls, or it could be flying discs parked inside the side of the crater on two sides.
Hmm.
See, they're perfectly round
Oh, yeah.
streams of light.
I mean, perfectly symmetrical in a V pattern too, kind of. So yeah, definitely do see that. Boy, I
I
wish this one was a little clearer too,
Yeah,
because when you see something like that, that you definitely would like to be just a little bit sharper. But you can definitely see the anomalies in the circles and.
yeah. This picture was taken by the lunar orbiter,
Okay.
and it's quite far away, so it didn't get that clear. I saw something in the chat room that's why would there be pyramids on the moon?
Hmm.
Your guess is as good as mine, but there's one thing I want to leave you with, and that
Okay.
is you don't build pyramids in spacesuits. There is there is air on the moon.
Okay. Okay. I think that's kind of a very good question too. I mean,
Yeah,
why pyramids of all things? I mean, if this is a ancient technology and it's a hollow ship covered with dust, what would bring you to the surface of the dirt or dust, space dust, and create a pyramid? But again, you know, who knows? Pyramids, you can make buildings in the shape of anything you really want. So,
yeah.
um, anyways, let's move on to 9. There we go.
This
Okay,
one
what
is
are we?
this one is hard to explain away too.
Yeah, it looks like a ship to me of some
Yeah,
sort.
it's a crashed ship, and on top of it here you can see that's the bridge. But
Mm,
thing about the bridge on this ship is that the bridge is always underneath on spaceships. So this one is crashed laying upside down.
huh.
Okay.
Definitely interesting. I mean, I would like kind of a panned out view of it too. I mean, where was this at? Was this just?
I think I have one of that later.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So yeah, no, definitely very interesting. I mean, to me, that looks totally like a ship. We should be at 10. There
There
we
you go.
go.
Number 10. Here is in the upper middle, there's a perfectly square building, white on top. You can see that it's a shadow on this side.
Yes.
But nature doesn't make square buildings like that.
Huh. Yeah, I definitely see a square building. I certainly do. Might be a dumb question. Why does it say Google Earth down on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody said, is there air on the moon? Why is there no scattering effect like we have on the Earth? I don't know if you can.
Yeah. When the pictures are taken from far away like that, depends on, sometimes they don't get that clear. But
Okay.
I saw something else in the. Speaking of, somebody was working at NASA and they subscribed to some of these theories. When I'm
Okay.
looking at these pictures, this is not theory anymore.
Right, right. Well, no, the more you dig up on stuff, the more you get convinced. I mean, when you spend your life looking for these things, it can convince you. The
Yeah.
people who are just, sitting there at a just watching this for the first time and seeing these for the first time just might go, huh, yeah, it is what it is. I definitely see a square building though.
Yeah.
But I was curious, why does it say Google Earth down on the bottom? Who's this picture from?
I can't read it from here except for in the lower right hand corner. This picture was taken by Google Moon or Google Earth. Go to the moon and start
Okay.
focus. This is something that you guys can do. Everybody can do. Go to Google Earth and go to the moon section of it and focus. Keep blowing it up and getting right down to the surface and see what you can see.
Okay. Okay.
There
So
is,
so you can do Google Moon on Google Earth. Okay, I got you.
both the moon and Mars.
Okay, okay. I'm going to have to spend the night doing that. Looking for my own structures is what I'm going to do. Okay, 11. Oh boy, we got people walking here. Okay, go ahead.
Have you ever heard about the man in the moon?
Yeah, here he
That's
is. He went out for a jog, right there, Aage.
Yeah, he's out there working. It doesn't look like he's wearing a spacesuit either. So this is from the lunar orbiter, and you can see there's a shadow behind him. And this is a hill in front of me. The shadow is on this side. The
Hmm.
shadow behind the person is also behind him, which fits. And we don't know how tall it is. It's just blown up. So the narration on this probably on the broadcastingalpha.com will explain more. But
Hmm.
it is a humanoid. I'm not saying it's a human.
Right.
Kind of look like it, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it's humanoid in shape, so we at
Yeah.
least know that. It almost looks like it's holding something in on the one side of its hand, like it's carrying something or something like that. I apologize for the dog too, you guys. The dog's yapping like crazy up there. That'll happen. But anyways, let's move on to the next image then.
Okay.
We'll try to get through this.
Yeah.
There we go. 12. Okay.
Here is an antenna that is the information coming with it is close to a mile tall, about a mile, I guess. And you can see that it's got different balls going up the higher it goes. There are several spheres that is in the antenna.
Hmm.
Now, if
Okay.
anybody out there can explain to me how nature makes something like this, I am all ears.
Yeah, no, it's again, could be my eyes, but uh I could see the argument of some people saying that that's not straight up, that's, on the ground and it just looks like it's something standing straight up. But
Yeah,
Okay. Very interesting.
yeah,
And that's definitely blown up to I mean, magnified many times. So
yeah. It is.
yeah. Okay, so let's move the. Why can't I get to 13? Come on, 13. There we go.
Here we go. That's a monolith,
Yeah, it looks
perfectly square.
or an opening in the surface.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
but
could
I hear
be.
you. You came up with monolith. I mean, yeah, I see it. I see it. I also see a face in that crater. I mean, I know it's just something that like an illusion, something you get out of the shadows and the shapes. But you see that? You see the eye, the nose coming out of the dirt in the crater there in the middle?
Huh. Yeah, I never looked at that before. That. Yeah. Okay. That's something to consider.
Yeah, looks like a face in the crater there. But anyways, um, yeah, that's very interesting, Aggie. I mean, like you said monolith. I can totally see that. Me, I can also see that it may be some kind of entrance on the surface too. So,
Okay.
I guess just opposing thoughts there on that one, right?
Yeah, and the reason that I actually put this picture here was because of Buzz Aldrin said something in an interview that there's a monolith on
Hmm.
one of, I think it was Jupiter's moons.
Okay.
And he says it's clearly a monolith.
Hmm.
And who put it there?
Yeah. No. Interesting.
Here,
Okay.
this looks like a monolith to me. So
Yeah.
who
Okay.
put it there? You
Boy,
remember
I
2000, 2001, The Space Odyssey?
mhm.
They found the monolith.
Yes.
Where do you think they got the motivation to create the monolith
Mhm.
in 2001, The Space Odyssey?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's been plenty of stories in the past of people
Yeah,
coming upon monoliths just in some UFO cases where it was the monolith was just floating there in the woods as the report of the UFO was going on around this. So monoliths, floating monoliths I'm talking
yeah,
about,
yeah. Here,
accompanying UFO sightings. So, anyways,
yeah. Here's that building that was blown up before. It's a little close up of it.
okay.
This doesn't show where it is, but the other one does. But you can see this looks like a building. Straight lines, straight corners. Down in the right hand side, it looks like there's straight line buildings down there, or possibly roads. I don't know. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
in the middle, a little bit to the left, there's more straight line buildings.
Hmm.
This
I
is
mean,
not.
and these look like big buildings too, don't they? I mean, this looks like a big area. No?
They're huge.
Okay, so yeah, yeah, that's what's catching me right here is that you can almost see in the entire image many buildings and many, like you said, streets or
Yeah.
uh, yeah, it's very very interesting. This photo is very cool actually. Um, let's see what the Snuffit Labs. Aldrin was talking about one of Mars' moons. He wanted robots to land there before its orbit decayed to where the moon falls out of orbit. I think it was Phobos. Yeah. Hey, I wish we could get many more images of the moons of Jupiter and
Yeah.
the other big planets that we have.
Hmm.
Okay, here's 15.
Yeah. This is a crater with structures
Yep.
inside of it that is obviously very old. There probably is stone walls, but the roof has collapsed. So all you see is the walls that remaining.
Let me ask you this, and boy, I don't even know if we're going to get through this video. We'll try to get through as quick as we can. We got about 40 minutes. Really quick, Aage, if they're still there, why have these structures crumbled? Why aren't they still being used? What was the purpose of them if they were inside this so-called hollowed out ship? Why are these structures there
Well,
in shambles?
I think it's an old crater with some very old buildings, maybe a half a million year old buildings that had roofs at one time, but because of weight and stuff, it collapsed. So that now it's just the walls that is left, and it was maybe evacuated a long time ago.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
NASA did ask Kubrick to film a fake moon. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, we definitely know that. We've heard that many times. Let's see. Let me get to 16. Come on, 16. There we go. 16.
Believe it or not, I put this one on and I knew and I still know that I'm gonna have some opposition on this one. But this picture was released by the Russian Space Agency and they said this was taken on the moon
Mm-hmm.
by Luna. I forget now. It's in the narration. Luna 1 or Luna 2.
Okay. And
But
we're looking at round discs.
yeah, kind of like wheelbase with
Yeah.
wheels on it.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. And some shadowing on the very front one. Hard
Yeah,
to make out what that is, but
yeah. I
hmm,
know. I
interesting.
I have questions too, but it was so unique that I just
Yeah.
stuck there and I'll leave it up to people to say, hey, it's bunk or isn't. I don't know.
Yes. Well, I see this one already. I mean, this is how can you deny this? I mean, this is
Yeah,
weird. Go ahead.
yeah.
Yep, you
Now this,
definitely see, yeah, you definitely see what could be buildings or some kind of structures.
yeah, and this is my take on this is that yeah, there are long buildings and they are covered. They covered the buildings with sand or dust or whatever is on the surface, and so that they can shield themselves from space radiation.
Okay. Yeah, and McDougal McStiffy says, if there is no atmosphere or moisture, how could buildings deteriorate? I think he mentioned it's not so much deterioration as it is gravity, just over time, things being right, Aggie?
Yeah, and well, I don't know. I'm not so sure what they built the roofs from. You know, we think in sense of wood, and of course that will be gone in a half a million years. But they probably used other materials that is still subject to gravity. If it was just thin enough to last for a while, it could have bent and collapsed. I'm just theorizing. I really don't know what could.
Although there is, you say there is an atmosphere and there is moisture on the moon.
Uh,
So
yes, it is.
So there you go, McDougal. I guess. So there you go. Connie Cleary was asking anything on the dark side of the moon. Anything there,
Yeah,
Aggie?
there is, and in fact, I also have another NASA print from that show. it's it's a picture against the horizon. I can see a very thin layer of something above the horizon on the moon. So it is air up there, but not as much as here. It's very
Right.
little of it. It's
Okay.
probably equivalent to about 18 to 20,000 feet of altitude on Earth, which people can live there. People in the Himalayas, they live at 18,000 feet all their life and they're okay.
Yeah.
I am a pilot. I wanted to test what it felt like one time, and I remember I was at 24,000 feet in a Cessna 421. I had a co-pilot. He and I, both of us put the oxygen masks on, and I turned off the pressurization. I wanted to feel what it felt like.
Hmm.
So at 24,000 feet, I could breathe fine. It was just that I had to breathe a lot deeper than I did at the surface. When you breathe deeper, you get the same amount of oxygen, and but you get used to that deeper breath and
Stronger
more.
lungs.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Yes, yes. Okay, so image 18 almost looks like a plate and a cup of
Yeah,
coffee there.
it
But
looks,
anyway,
yeah, a cup of coffee. Um, an antenna maybe with something in the middle of it, kind of like a dish. It
okay.
doesn't look natural, that's all.
Oh no, definitely doesn't. I mean, heck, it could even be some kind. Well, I was going to say vehicle, but I don't think that's the case.
Hmm.
More of a structure, I believe. But and I am seeing all of these too, you guys, at the same time as you guys.
Here's another photo by the Russians space agency.
Yeah, it
Kind
looks
of
like
looks
those.
like wheels, but
Yeah,
I
not sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
okay.
if these were on Mars, that would a lot more explainable.
Yeah. Okay. Did I skip over one? There we go, 19.
19. Okay, this looked like an ancient city with just walls.
Yes. Looks like anything you would take, any kind of pictures you would take on any other archaeological dig where there was buildings and structures. So yeah, exactly the same. So very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Let me get to 19. Yeah, I
There,
did. Okay.
now, this looks inside the circle. You can see a cross. Uh, the
Hmm.
cross is kind of lit up by maybe a little bit dim, but there's lights in it.
Okay.
So that to
Huh.
me look like a building built that way, where you have maybe openings in the ceiling or something like that for light to come in. It looks like there's something made that cross that nature did not do.
It looks interesting. I give you that much. I don't know what to make of it. That's for sure. But
I don't know either.
yeah. Okay.
It's
So here we go.
this
Oh,
one.
wow.
Yeah.
Where was this taken? Oh boy.
Well, any one of you out there that have a strong telescope, or go to Google Moon, buy yourself a map of the moon so you can see where the craters are. Find the Schrodinger crater, Shrodingger crater.
Okay.
Zoom in on it and have a ball. This swastika
Wow.
is sitting in the bottom of this Schrodinger crater.
Now this Aki, this is something else, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a German whatever building or I mean, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it kind of goes and adds to the story of the Germans actually getting to the moon in the 40s and
This one is probably a half a million year old because you can see it's broken
okay,
down. It's not whole anymore. But
but why would it be that shape?
it's because it's an old religious symbol that dates back
Okay,
millions of years.
gotcha,
The,
gotcha.
in,
Okay.
the Hitler found this symbol in India when he was over there. He wasn't, but he had people over there,
Hmm.
and he inverted the swastika.
Right. Okay.
Swastika itself, in its original shape, is a very high vibration, positive religious symbol.
Hmm.
He reversed it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. Well, this one has floored me. I mean,
yeah.
if I can get a telescope and go straight to that crater that you just mentioned and see this, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, people would go, "Oh my God, I see it." Okay,
Hmm.
there's proof, so there's no denying it at all. Anyways, let's move on. Here we go.
Yeah, this looks like a square. Um, Maybe one comment on the previous picture.
Okay.
When the Germans went to the moon in 1942 in the
Mhm.
Haunebu 2, if you research the Haunebu 2, you will see that it is perfectly capable of taking the trip.
Okay.
They found that Swastika building. They fell in love with it, and that's where they are today.
Wow. Okay. So this one's just, yeah, I mean, I see what it is. Basically just
It's a
we
square.
see something there, but
It looks like a building.
yep, yep. Okay, so let me move on. 24.
And this picture I put here,
Huh.
and I've had a lot of opposition on this because, yeah, that's the moon. The moon lander sitting here.
Hmm.
Well, the thing about it is, you find a picture of the moon lander, and you look at it. It's not round if you look at it from the top. This is a different thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I can't explain it, but you can definitely
I
see
can't
that there
either.
is something there.
I have no specific explanation, in except that it is not the moon. I mean, the
First
lunar.
thing that first thing that came to my mind was it looks similar to a crop circle in formation only, but that's my opinion. I mean,
Yeah, it's. I'll leave
very
it up.
interesting.
I'll leave it up to people to make fun of in the chat room.
No, this it's all good. Hey, I give you this, Agi. Everything has been so interesting, and there are some that just are almost like that swastika one, just almost 100% undeniable if
Yeah.
it's real. So yeah. Anyways, here we go. Shadow Spike Plateau.
Okay, there's a spike coming out of the ground on the moon. It's at the edge of a plateau, and it throws a shadow on the ground. I have no idea what that spike could be.
Hmm.
There again, it's a very remote theoretical possibility that it could be natural, but I think it is very remote.
Or if you're a big Dune fan, I would say that's a giant moon snake, serpent, or whatever, flying out of the dust to the ground and casting a shadow. So,
Yeah,
anyways, there you go.
I'll drink coffee to that one.
There you go. Hey, you just don't know. Okay. Come on, 26. There we go. Huh.
There's Bancroft crater. There is a little opening at the very bottom, and that is blown up. You can see a perfectly square opening here.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I have this is what was found by Mars Moon Research. If you go to that on Facebook and on their website, you can find it. This is one of those pictures. And or go to Bancroft. If you go to Google Moon, go to Bancroft and have a look. I have not done that. I guess I've been busy with other things, but this would be an interesting one to look in.
Yeah. No. Seems like a hangar in the crater where, um, you know, ships can enter and exit. But anyways, let's see. 27. There we go.
Yeah, here is, what does that line look like? That looks like a road.
Looks like a road to me. um. Huh. And nothing's gone by, like a rover hasn't gone by,
Yeah,
anything like that to create that.
it is very wide. It's very wide, but it looks like there's a either a trench or something, or a road,
Okay.
something that nature wouldn't make.
Huh. And what's the circled object at the top of the picture?
Yeah, there were people that up in the right-hand corner up there. There's the emblem of the people that put this picture out. They found it in the megapixels from the moon that NASA released. In the circle up on top, they say this is a ship. Okay, it
Huh.
could be, but I'm struggling with it. But it could be.
Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, who knows? I could also say that white glow in the middle there, it looks like a protruding instrument, which could be some kind of laser beam type structured instrument or whatever right above that road. But see, I mean, everybody can pick out different kinds of images from a picture like this. But anyways, let me move on.
Yeah.
Let's see, 28. Let's get to 28. Come on. Can I do it? Can I do it?
Hey.
I don't know if I can do 28. Here, we'll do 29. We'll go.
Okay. That looks like little lit up pods sitting in kind of like a small town, really small town, but looks like pods.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and
Looks interesting,
mhm.
but kind of perplexed like you are here. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Can't believe I can't hit 28. I can hit everything else, but not 28. Anyways, 30. There we go.
Yeah. This is actually a plate 42, Apollo 8 color photograph of the moon. Yes, they did take color pictures up there, but they didn't show a lot of them because they would probably look much different from the fake ones that they made in Arizona and Atacama Desert.
Mm.
Now here it shows green vegetation in the bottom of these craters. I don't know if you can see the green ones here, but if the picture was bigger, you'd really if you expand it on the screen, you can really see the green color.
Oh, they're seeing it full screen, and you could definitely see the color. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely see the green. But I thought the Apollo 8. So the Apollo 8 made it to the moon?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they didn't land, of course, but they flew around and mapped it and looked and took pictures and stuff. So this is what they came back with.
Okay. Yeah, no, very interesting. Come on, nope, 31. Let's get to 31.
What is that? Oops. 30, 31.
I'm trying to get to 31. Come on. Come on, 31. There we go. Oh, we didn't want to watch The Running Man.
Yeah.
Mr. Running Man. There we go.
This is a still photo from a video that I have where we show a humanoid, really tall and skinny humanoid, which makes him non-human, I would think. He is walking and he stops there and he sits down. And he's on his way sitting down right there.
Okay.
That's the still photo.
The one strange thing of all of the figures that I've seen on the moon, pictures of humanoids on the moon and even some on the Mars, they all seem to have a similar appearance to them, even though you can't really make it out totally. There is a similar appearance to most of them,
Yeah.
with the long legs from the knee down and the torso and the head. Everything just always looks the same when it comes to these images, which is interesting. Is it one species of whatever humanoid it is? But anyways, let's move on. 32. Nope, 32. There you go. Well, pyramids. There you go.
Here we go again. There's two pyramids sitting somewhere in just really close to each other.
Yeah. And you could definitely see the shine on the top of the pyramids too. Huh.
It appears that there's something to the capstone there.
Yeah, yeah. because it's definitely brighter than all the other object. I mean, it could be it could be a flat surface, and could be reflecting, could be a capstone, could be any number of things. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah,
I just one quick comment here. I see in the chat room that somebody said we have not gone back to the moon because we were not welcome by its occupant. That was by the Vangry horror. Uh, yes, we were told not to come back. In fact, one of the astronauts is the one that said that we were told not to come back.
yeah, I do
And,
remember
I don't
that.
remember who it was, but maybe somebody. There's some sharp people here in the chat room. Maybe somebody would know that. Maybe you could post it.
Yeah,
Here
yeah,
is a different picture of the walking man.
yep, another figure, and again, looks kind of similar, to every other figure that you kind of see in these pictures. But yeah, that's definitely very interesting.
Hmm.
I see a human shape, but anyways, not human, humanoid, whatever. 30. Am I on 34? There we come on 34. There we go.
Sure. This is
Wow.
it's a very controversial picture, but
Hmm.
it does come from NASA. And you see, there's kind of like a building here, but and there are also tracks from somebody or something that has been moving back and forth. So
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out there. Yeah, it's tough. You'd have to sit here and just really ponder for quite a while on that, and or get a more detailed picture of it. But um, someone says, was it Edgar Mitchell that said it?
it
It
could have
might
been,
have been.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so let me move ahead to 35. There we go.
35.
Wow.
That looks like a building.
Yep.
Kind of like an airport terminal would be, because they got just arms sticking out everywhere, and it looks strange.
No, it definitely does. It almost looks like a space station, like hovering above it, but it's actually on the surface. So
Yeah, it's on the surface. You can see the shadows and stuff. So
yeah. Okay, let's see. 36.
that's
No.
another. Here we see a cigar-shaped ship floating, and it's got a little light coming out of the back end of it.
Rob Fred HJR says, "Who told us not to go back to the moon? Please ask your guest."
I'm drawing a blank on the name, but one of the astronauts did make that comment. I don't think it was Buzz Aldrin. He has been more quiet.
Well, I think he's asking, like, I see, Rob Fred. I don't think we can answer that until we know who actually inhabits the hollow space. Who inhabits the
Uh,
moon? Who's
oh,
in charge? Who told
there's
us not to come back? I don't
there's
think we know that. So,
there's some 60 different species on the moon.
okay, wow. See, I mean, it could be yeah, I mean, could be their own kind of what is that? Government or panel? What am I trying to think of here, Agi? Um, oh, it doesn't matter. Moving on. This ship it definitely is a ship. Looks like a ship. Something coming out of back of it. What else can it be? And I've seen many videos like this of ships on the surface of the moon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely interesting. Actually, one of the better picks too tonight. Also, but here we go.
This is what Richard Hoagland calls the shard. It is I think he said 4 mile tall glass building.
Hmm.
If this is blown up, you can actually see slightly through it. So it looks like it's either damaged somehow or in asymmetrical built,
Okay.
but also there's something in space above there to the left. I'm not so sure that this is on the what people call the dark side. It's not really dark. It's just the side that we can't see,
Right.
but it's on that side, so we can't see it from Earth. So if we cannot see it from Earth, what is that thing up above to the left?
Yeah, no, it's very, very interesting, and I have to admit, even though Richard said it's a 4 mile tall glass structure or something, I'm perplexed a little bit by it. But
Yeah.
anyways, uh, picture 38.
Okay, here is something symmetrical lights on the ground that looks kind of like maybe pods or buildings or some. I don't think this is parked flying discs because they probably wouldn't park like this,
Right, right.
but more like buildings. So it's just some small buildings, maybe, or something where people would work and live.
Wow, RTN says a space jellyfish.
Yeah,
Yeah, hey, I think your theory's just as good as anybody else. Who knows what's up there? But anyways, um,
yeah, I'll have some coffee to that one too.
there you go. Let's see. Okay, moving on to the next one. I got to get through this in 15 minutes, so here we go. 39. Oh, come
Yeah,
on,
39
39.
is interesting.
Okay, there we go. Oh
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Now that definitely looks like a spacesuit.
It looks like protective clothing in some form.
Okay.
So you could call it maybe a spacesuit, but I don't think it looks like they have a lot of oxygen storage on it, and possibly just radiation protection. I don't
Hmm.
know, but it's a humanoid something or other.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And Connie put it best in the chat just now. She says, anything is possible, Augie and Dino. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Again, people kind of laugh it off, and I understand. I really understand. Everybody's got their own views. But when you get, again, I've pointed this out almost every time. It's like when you get down to it, it's just so complicated. Life in general, the universe, and everything in it is way too complicated. That how can you dismiss anything from being real or the possibilities? So that's my opinion on everything. I don't know. I got an open mind.
yeah, and there's a saying out there, and that is that if you have had the experience, no explanation is necessary. But
Oh, exactly.
if you had not had the experience, no explanation is possible.
You know what? There you go. Yep, yep. Well said, Augie. That should be on a shirt somewhere. So yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so 40. Looks like
40
something
is,
going across the
you
surface.
cannot see it on this picture, but if the whole picture is shown, this whatever it is up on top there, it
Hmm.
first rolled down the hill a little bit, and it rolls uphill a long way.
Yes, yes, yes.
It
And
leaves a
good
track.
point. Good point, Rob. He says they found amino acids in meteorites. Isn't that proof? Yes. If there's amino acids, that's kind of the foundation for building life, right? So,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So, moving on. Let me get through this. I don't want to not hit a picture. 41. Come on, 41. There we go.
There we go. That is a tower sitting on the ground. It's really hard to see, and
But it stands out
yep,
from
he is.
everything around it. Very cool. I mean, I would love to get a closer look at that, but
I know.
yeah, let's move on. 42. Here we go.
There is a different one. It's not the one you showed a little while ago. This is a different one
Okay.
that travels also uphill towards the camera, and it looks like it is a symmetrical track of
Okay.
something.
Yep, I definitely see it. Definitely see it.
But I
And Rob Fred from Wisconsin, he says, I am an ancient alien theorist. If you can get a hold of me, Rob, at my email address, which is in the link below, Dino Media 2020 at iCloud.com. Email me or any Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Get a hold of me and let me know. I'd like to get in contact with you. So there you go. Anyway, Edward Stewart. Oh my God, funny stuff. Okay, let's get to the next picture. 43. Okay, here we
yeah,
go.
there we go.
Huh.
You know, when I started digging into NASA's archives, probably about close to 30 years ago now, I found a lot of pictures that were classified top secret. If the moon is a dead rock in the sky, why in the world would they classify pictures? Well, this
Yeah.
is why. Because there's things up there they don't want us to know. There's structures and people and bases they don't want us to know. So they classified it. Now they changed their ways. Now they released the classification, but they smudge it.
Mm.
Here is something they don't want us to know. And there is a way to unsmudge this. There's two ways to do it. One
Okay.
is with acid, and it only works on the original print. And then there is one of any copy. You can X-ray it, and the different heat signature from the different colors will show up so you can see what structure is behind it. The next picture will show you what is there.
Okay, so let's go to 44.
This
Okay.
after it is desmudged, this is what it looks like.
Okay.
Now
What am
you
I
can
looking at?
you understand why NASA smudged it.
Of course. Of course. I'm trying to figure out what that is, though. Is that a building or a ship? I guess it could be
No,
either or.
I would think it's a building.
Yeah, it looks like a building to me. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, where did I go? 44, 45. Here we go.
There is a crater inside there where you see the red line go to. There's a bunch of small round blobs inside this crater all the way up to maybe around 2 o'clock after as you look at it. There's
Yeah, more of those.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, could those be ships? I mean, huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Let me move to 46. There we go. Size
Okay.
and scale.
That is the same ship, but it's compared to something that we can understand. You see the
Oh,
Eiffel
wow.
Tower? It is wider than the tall Eiffel Tower is. It is much longer than Queen Mary 2, which is
Wow.
345 meters. That's Queen Mary 2. This ship is 3,370 meters long. That is about
Wow.
11, close to 12,000 feet long. That is, you know how many miles that is? Just about 2 miles long.
Yes, that's a big ship. That's
Yeah.
oh wow. Okay, so 57.
This is the tall, I think it's about 3, 4 miles tall tower. Tower of Babel is what Richard Hoagland is calling it. I
Hmm.
think he's the one that found it, and he's the one that brought it forward for everybody to know about.
Okay.
Richard
Looks
Hoagland.
looks interesting. I'll give him that. I'm
Yeah,
trying to get through here quick. Just is that it?
yeah, that's it.
Okay, so let's bring me and Aage back. Wow. Okay, so there were definitely some standout pictures for sure, Aage. Um,
Yeah.
Yikes! And the one that stands out the most is the Swastika building structure. That stands out most to me, and again, if I can get to a telescope and look at that, I mean, anybody, how can you deny that there's stuff on the moon then? But
Yeah, I have a telescope that magnifies 300 times.
oh,
And
okay.
you can count rocks on the moon with that one. Big rocks, you know. But
Wow.
still,
Okay.
but you can Google uh, 300x telescope and you'll find it. I've seen it on sale right now for less than $100. Man, I'll tell you, if you can get your hands on one of those, you can have
Less
a
than $100?
yeah.
Wow. Okay. I might be looking real quick, but anyways, it reminds me of the UFO over Phoenix. The thing was huge. Says that's true. Okay. Yeah. I am going to end this because it's 9:25 and 9:30. I gotta start setting up for other things. But
Okay.
Aage, again, where can they go to your website and your YouTube channel?
Okay, we are on YouTube as Broadcast Team Alpha. Nori and I have a website, broadcastteamalpha.com, and you can contact us through there. And on Tuesdays, we do a live show at 8 o'clock in the evening, East Coast time. And it's on Broadcast Team Alpha, goes out on 16 different platforms. And if
Okay.
you want to get a hold of me and you want to find out a little more about how the universe works, check out my book on Amazon. This is, of course, it doesn't show, does it? Uh,
Spiritual
spiritual
science.
science, spiritual science, higher conscious thinking, and how to access the universal consciousness. That's the book where I actually also teach people how they can do time travel, astral travel, and I also show them how they can reverse the aging process, which I'm doing, and it's working for me. The Nobel Prize was given for it, and it's a simple process, but it's one that works. And I'm teaching people how to use their mind in ways that you normally would think would be impossible. Go to Amazon and see the subject areas that is in the book, and you're going to find something that you will like. Just put my name in there, and it'll show up.
Okay. And yeah, I'm going to get all the links here and I'm going to make sure I get the links out again the next show too. Just right before the show starts, I'm going to say here's the links to all of your stuff, but I will put them underneath in the description.
Yep.
I forgot about the book, but yes, I will definitely get that in there.
And
But Aage, oh, go ahead.
one more, one 15-second note at the end. We
Mhm.
do, Minori and I do a mastermind on Sundays where we do amazing, incredible things, where we bend the laws of physics even. And if you want to be having some more information about our mastermind, send us an email to themastermindconnection@gmail.com.
Okay. Okay. And I'm sure they could find the email on the website too and all that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 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 So again, thank you, Aage, as always. You've been a good friend over the years here, and yeah, I gotta post one of the classics because we did talk about the Nazi part of all of this and aliens in a past show. So I'm going to get that up for a Patreon exclusive up over there. So, anyways, thank you again, Aage, and I appreciate you as always. And good luck to you and Nori. And please, guys, go over there and subscribe and check out their shows and everything. And yeah, you take care, Aage. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bud?
Okay. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Live long and prosper.
Yep. Okay, live long and prosper. There you go. Okay, so thank you guys all very much. Cindy settles $1.99 US dollars super chat there. Peer character turning around, waving his hand, waving hey while you. Oh. Okay. I guess on Restream it describes the super sticker. So thank you very much, Cindy settles. Tracy did put the Patreon link there for me and the join the channel button. So please go ahead and do that if you could. And overnight stream tonight got a great lineup overnight. So check that out. It's a little different again. And yeah, I will. I will see you guys very soon, right? And Saturday we have more trivia. So get ready for that and much, much more on the show. So there you go. Peace.